What's up, guys? I'm so excited today because we are starting a new series. And you know what the series is? It is the alternative future of the world. So we are starting in the year 2024. And recently there has been conflict in places over here. There's been conflict over here with these two, Russia and Ukraine. And what I mean over here is supposedly Iran supplying Palestine against Israel. That's a pretty big conflict. That's not good. We have a conflict over here with the hostility of China towards the island of Taiwan. This is technically still at an armistice, but no one really talks about that. I'm pretty sure I've heard that France and like South Korea, I don't know, France and like the UK are gearing up for war, and North Korea and China are also. So that could lead into a pretty large world conflict. But yeah, we are gonna start right over here. Now, I know, yes, doesn't make any sense why you're starting with Serbia, but soon you will see. So, Serbia is gonna try to get their old lands back, and they are going to try to conquer Kosovo. So basically just defeat the kind of Kosovo government, because I mean, they don't really have one. They're mainly just like Serbian, but because they are technically not recognized by Serbia, but almost by everyone else. So, and Montenegro is going to go ahead and help them with this. Okay, and as we can see, I'm sorry, Kosovo, but you do not stand a chance. And Serbia does full annexation. There we go. Okay. And by the way, this scenario specifically, but these scenarios, I suppose there won't be any former alliances. They can restart up, but they're not allowed to like already exist. But yeah, so there's no alliances, just to make it fair. But now we are gonna have an alliance starting, and that alliance is going to be something similar to NATO. I'll show you. Here we have it. So it's an alliance, but it's going to be started by the United States of America. And I cannot color in all those islands. I'm so sorry, but it's just so hard. It's stupid hard. But okay. And currently, a few members are going to join this. These include Ukraine. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's like that, but I'm just gonna have to live with it for a minute. So yeah, these include Ukraine. Yeah, I don't know what's going on down there. And I'm gonna say these islands are Russian because the Russo-Crimean War, which is just Ukraine versus Russia against Crimea and a little bit of stuff right there, which is currently going on. But yeah, and then a few months later, France joins this. The UK joins this. Oh my gosh, I should have fixed this. Sorry, guys. Let's see who else might join this. And keep in mind, this is gonna be like a worldwide defense organization, which is actually gonna be called the WWDA, the Worldwide Defense Association, because another YouTuber used a name similar, so I'm not gonna use that name because that would be dumb, and I don't want to seem like a jerk. But okay, the next people that are gonna join this are Italy. Oh yeah, sorry, that's French. Yeah. Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Sweden, Finland, and Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. And that's going to be the whole extent of this. So, yeah, I think that's going to be all who would be joining. But in this event, Russia creates their own. It's basically the CSTO, but they just don't want to call it that. And this includes Kazakhstan, Belarus, Serbia, who, I'm sorry, yeah, I didn't update it, but Serbia, um, let's see, Pakistan, Iran, and that's probably gonna be it. Well, maybe Libya, Algeria, and Venezuela, Nicaragua, Cuba. Yeah, that's probably about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and update this real quick. Okay, cool. So yeah, I switched back to this map, and it's currently what the world looks like. But yeah, this is the alliance map, by the way. There we go. Yeah, I know I didn't color and everything, but it takes forever, so yes. And there's gonna be one more alliance starting up. That's gonna be the Latin American Alliance. This includes Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala. And Dominican Republic. Haiti might join, but I don't know that they're even stable enough. Oh yes, and Trinidad and Tobago. I think that's Trinidadian. Yeah. So this is what the world's alliance are looking like. And as you can see, Southeast Asia has nothing, everything below China except for Pakistan doesn't really have any alliances. Oceania doesn't. Africa, not really. Just these two countries, Algeria and Libya over here. We can see that in Europe it's mostly covered. The exceptions just being the Austria-Hungarian part, many of the Balkans, including Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina. I never really learned how to say that. The Benelux, the Iberian Peninsula, nothing. Norway, as you can see, because they're islands. I think that's their island. I mean, they're islands. I actually do not quite know, but let's go back to this map. So, there's going to be one more thing happening. Well, like right now for a minute. And that's going to be the attack of Kyrgyzstan by Tajikistan. And this is going to play a pretty big part in the Stan area, because this is going to evolve into the War of Stans. And the War of Stans is crazy, because this is going to include almost all the Stan countries except for Kazakhstan, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. But it's going to include Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. Okay, let's get this war on a roll. Firstly, these guys are going to join the war on Tajikistan's side. But these guys, the Turks, not these Turks, other Turks, Turkmenistani Turks, are going to declare war on Uzbekistan and Tajikistan in aid of Kyrgyzstan. So let's get this war on a roll, like I've said before. Okay, so first we are going to be having Tajikistan doing fairly well in Kyrgyzstan, wiping out their little panhandle area right there. While we also can see Uzbekistan getting pretty traumatized and getting PTSD from Turkmenistan. And this greatly hurts their country, but this is not realistic, remember, and I do not actually know the power ranking, so please do not get offended if I say that your country is weaker than another, but I'll try not to misjudge the countries. And they're gonna go in right here, and that's about as far as they get before they get pushed back. And yeah, that's just not good for some people. But yeah. And this war is gonna come to a close when finally the other Turkish, the Turkmenistani Turkish, push a little bit farther, and once they reach this border, it's over. The country's encased, and they cannot get out. But this area right here is gonna get slightly reliberated. Just slightly, just the slightest bit, yeah, like that. I guess that's not the slightest bit, but yes, yeah, that is. Okay, and they're gonna get pushed back a little bit more, and this war is about over. Okay, well, what is this gonna look like? It's gonna look like this. And now we are looking at something that looks probably quite familiar to, to people that know a little bit about the Korean War. Basically, it's just a parallel line protecting the two sides from each other and held at an armistice. And yeah, the war is officially technically over though, but hopefully no hostility happens. And with this war happening, something else is about to happen. And that is something pretty crazy. Basically, it's these guys joining the technically not CS2, but kind of. Sorry, I'm gonna have to fix these borders to make them updated. Hold on. Let me do that. As you can see, I have updated it, so now I can get rid of this one. And there we go. Now this is the new alliance map. Yes, I added Clinic Rex, I forgot. But yes, so but there are going to be 4 new members joining in on the defense organization. Sorry, I don't even remember what I named them, but these people are going to be Morocco. Sorry, I went blank there. Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Australia. And the 5th member is actually going to join, and that would obviously be New Zealand, because their friend Australia joined. But yes, this is what the world looks like right now in the alliance map. Now, if we go back to this map, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Are we gonna have another war, aren't we? And this war is gonna be taking place in Africa. When there's all of these guys, also known as the West African Federation, are formed, and they decide that they want to attack Somalia. And when they say that, Sudan, yes, I know, I don't know why it's not a current map, but Sudan and Angola are going to come to the aid of Somalia. Why? Because they do not want to die, and um, they border the East African Federation Union Squad, and And yes. So firstly, we are going to be having this backfire on these guys and just get completely pushed down like this. I believe this is Kenya. I don't know why Kenya would do such a thing, but yeah. The DRC is getting pretty much taken over a lot. They spearhead through these countries and ask for access through but I do not know the name of that country. And then a big turning point is 3 more countries joining the war. This is the Central African Republic, Ethiopia, and these guys. I'm sorry, yep, I do not know the name, but they joined. So, firstly, Angola is going to push through this area of these, of this country, sorry, I just went blank. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is getting taken down pretty quickly, but they do have minor success in the Central African Republic. And, yeah, that's kind of what's going on for now. The next thing that's going to be happening is over here, and that is going to be the collapse of Kenya, because they push in so hard to Kenya that they just cannot handle it. They do not have enough troops to sustain themselves. And by the way, this is known as the Great War of Central Africa, because obviously, yes, I love that name because it's cool, because it's in Central Africa. And by the way, in the East African Federation, we would also have South Sudan joining, but they are not here. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah. And these guys push into this country a lot more, almost completely take over the Central African Republic. And this is one of the deadliest days in the history of the African continent. And they are just blitzing through, and yeah, I know it's a weird color, but they take all of this back. And yes, it's looking crazy borders right now. And yeah, how are they able to do this? Someday we may find out, but not in this episode. But yeah, they are just getting completely taken down. And that's probably gonna about do it for this episode. But first I gotta show you all the peace treaty of this war. It's gonna look something like this. Okay, so basically you can see that the East African Federation has formed. The main borders would look like something like this, but you can see one member's left out, and that's Kenya. Why? Because they decided that they wanted to form a geopolitical union with the country of Somalia. This is an economical union, and these two becoming one country greatly help out their economies, military strengths, and just overall people. So, yeah, that's probably gonna be it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, comment, and even give a thumbs up to this video. I would appreciate it, and I'd love it so that I could continue my motivation for creating content. But if you somehow do find this video, that's amazing, and make sure to keep a lookout for part 2. This is Dr. Drum at the Mapping Channel. Bye.